So, I'm normally the kind of person who stays out of drama. But I'm not gonna lie, when my best friend is telling me about all the ways she's gotten back at her awful ex and everything they've done in return to get revenge on her, I can't help but listen and maybe egg her on. If your best friend is like this too, I have great news for you. This sort of competitive behavior that she and her ex are engaging in has been around for approximately 1.5 billion years. So you can let it slide. To explain why, we first need to talk about CRISPR. You may know CRISPR as the cutting edge technology that's used to edit genes. In fact, two scientists, Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier, just won the Nobel Prize for their discovery of it. The panic you've heard over the last few years about designer babies? Yeah, that's CRISPR. But CRISPR didn't just come out of nowhere. It's actually found naturally in bacteria because it serves as their primary immune system, a defense mechanism against viruses called bacteriophages. Phages work by inserting their own genes into bacteria, which rewires the bacterial cell's machinery to produce more phages, eventually killing the bacteria. You see, bacteria with a CRISPR immune system have a catalog of viral genes already encoded into their genome, which means that if a phage has hijacked the cell, the bacterium can identify it and sound the alarm. Then, a tool known as a restriction enzyme can cut the viral genome out of the bacterium's genome, thwarting the virus's plan to propagate. This restriction enzyme is the key to CRISPR gene editing technology. So, how does this relate to your best friend? Well, when all of CRISPR's parts are working, a phage stands no chance of propagating. Yet, phages are abundant. This is because viruses have evolved their own tools to retaliate back against CRISPR. These are gene sequences aptly known as anti-CRISPRs, or ACRs, and they jam up the mechanisms necessary for CRISPR to function. Just like your best friend and her ex, phages and bacteria are perpetually engaged in a tug of war, going back and forth trying to circumvent each other and get the last word. This is why evolution is incredible. Bacteria evolved an immune system so powerful that once we figured out how to harness it, it transformed the entire landscape of biology and medicine as we know it. But phages didn't just sit there defenseless, otherwise, they wouldn't exist today. Instead, they did what they had to do and devised their own tools, the ACRs, to neutralize CRISPR. It's even suggested that bacteria might have anti-CRISPRs, and who knows how many more layers this arms race could go on for. Neither CRISPR nor ACRs are perfect. In fact, most ACRs are suspected to have evolved completely independently of one another, and often they only provide the bare minimum defense necessary for the virus to survive. But natural selection can't fashion perfect organisms, and part of what makes biology so beautiful is seeing the idiosyncratic methods that nature finds to solve problems. So, next time you think that your best friend and her ex-boyfriend have nothing in common with microorganisms, well, think again.